What's up, guys? I am Big D, and I am the Grim Rider. More on that in just a moment. But welcome back to the Shattered Glass Saloon for the first time in 2021. We're looking to put 2020 behind us. It was a garbage year. This one isn't shaping up to be that much better, in all honesty, but there's still some time. But regardless, with the end of 2020 came the end of an era here on this channel. And I'm going to get to that, all of that, in just a moment. But again, I'd like to formally welcome you back to the Shattered Glass Saloon, where we talk all things motorcycles, motorcycle related, the motorcycle life, motorcycle experiences, anything like that. This particular one, it is about motorcycles, but it's also in large part about the channel. So I got a lot of things to talk about and tell you guys. So pull up a seat, grab you a drink, and we'll get this conversation started. Cheers. All right. Going into 2021 season. It's a new year. New riding season, at least for us here in Michigan, is right around the corner, at least, fingers crossed, we hope. And at the end of 2020, I had some things kind of click. Some people brought some things up to my attention. I was really struggling at the end of 2020 with where the channel was going, and really, I was, to be honest, getting pretty discouraged with how I was trying to put in so much time and effort, and it just I wasn't seeing anything close to what I was hoping to get out of it with what I was doing. And, you know, I think things were starting to get a little stale, and I needed to take some time to kind of, take a step back and just reassess everything. And I've done a lot of that over the last couple of months. As you've already have noticed, I would imagine, the channel name has changed, the logos have changed, and so therefore the overall branding of the channel, instead of Big D Films, is now officially the Grim Rider. That's going to be one of the biggest changes, and here's the reasons why. So, I was sitting at work one day, and my boss comes up to me, and he says, we start talking about some motorcycle stuff, and just what we do on our free time or whatever. I told him, I got a channel online, and I do some stuff. It's called Big D Films, and immediately he gave me this funny look, and he says to me, he goes, "Big D Films, is that what I think it is?" And it was right then. Boom. Click. Again, it clicked, and I was like, whoa, no. I already know where you're going with that, and no, that's not what that means. Evidently, Big D Films, it didn't sound like a YouTube channel name. Apparently, it sounded more like a, movie studio, I guess, for the more adult demographic, let's put it that way. Let's just take that route. And so it dawned on me that, I might be having trouble getting this channel out there, to a larger audience, just because of the branding, just because of the name. And again, if you haven't heard the story, I've talked about it in a previous video, and I actually did this just last October, the history of Big D Films, and how I came up with the name. But real quick, I've been called Big D for the last 15 years, maybe, at least. And I started putting these little films together of our rides and adventures. Big D Films. Pretty obvious to me. It was pretty simple. Wasn't a whole lot of thought process that went into it. It was, to me, in my mind, exactly as it sounds. But apparently, to other people, it was sounding like something else. So I needed to come up with something completely different as far as the channel name, branding, logos, everything. I needed to wipe everything clean and just come up and start fresh, start over. I didn't want to start a whole new channel. That's silly. I want to be able to still leave all the content up that I've already done, but just a change in branding, logos, just the look and everything, that it needed a serious overhaul once I finally realized what people may have been thinking this entire time. 5 years, and it just clicked to me. So, during the off season, I started thinking about, okay, well, where do I go from here? What do I want to... What is me? You know what I mean? I'm trying to still get certain things down as far as all of this YouTube stuff, and as far as the branding and the logos and your content you do and everything somehow has to have you wrapped up in it, right? And so I've always been a big fan of, the skulls, the Grim Reapers, the dark imagery. Something about that is just... It's appealing to me. And so I've always liked things like that. And so going on something that I had tried to come up with in the past, as part of this rebranding and as a part of my logos and a part of everything as a whole, I started looking at different things throughout my past and seeing if I could use a little this and a little that, put it all together, and maybe I can then figure out, okay, this is my identity, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to do going forward. And so going way back to when I first started riding, I had mentioned it also in a previous video that my main influence of getting into motorcycles was the Sons of Anarchy show. For certain reasons. Not all the craziness, not all the outlaw stuff, not all that. It's just the riding the bikes with, your brothers and just having that family, to fall back on and to be there for you. That's the kind of thing that I wanted. And so when I got a bike, I finally started, riding. Well, I wanted that too. And so I wanted to start my own club, right? Look, I see, when I bought my bike, I was 20. By the time I started actually riding after getting my endorsement and stuff, I think I had just turned 21, somewhere in there. So I did not know all of the unwritten rules of, the motorcycle world and, patches and imagery and all that stuff. And so what I done is I came up with something that I thought was pretty cool. I still have the vest here. Matter of fact, here it is. This is, like the first vest that I ever wore. Now, all this aside, this is the way that this is set up. That's bad. I'll explain that probably if there's any interest in this in a different video. That's not what this is about currently. What this is about is this middle piece right here. This guy is very special to me, or at least he was. I wanted something original, something special just to me, something that I could look at and go, you know what, I had a hand in that, but that goes back to that darker imagery with the skulls and the reapers. And so this here is the Grim Reaper on a motorcycle, and I had my tattoo artist design this, and I colored it all in, had the patch made and stuff, but I felt like he needed a name, and right then I decided that I was going to call him the Grim Rider. And so while coming up with a new name for the channel, I kind of went back to this and kind of stole that name that I had given this little character and decided that I'm going to use that going forward. And I would have loved to have used this again now. I would have liked to have taken just this character and done something with him. Unfortunately, there was some company out there that had seen this or something. Mind you, right now, there's only this one in existence. This is the only one. But somebody had seen it, taken it, and then started making stickers out of it. So, and I have one of them around here somewhere. I don't know right off the top of my head, but I'd seen that online one day, and I said, that is garbage. Thanks a lot. I want one because I wanted to be able to really compare it. It's practically the same thing. But anyways, that pretty much ruined any chance of me bringing back that little character mascot for anything. So I had to come up with some other things. And so with like the logos, I wanted to incorporate other things from my past, either here on the channel or just other things that are somehow special to me. And so in my logo even, you'll see the 2 Grim Reapers off to the side over the shoulders of, the main skull with the crown. And those hooded skulls, those Reapers, are actually taken from pictures of the sides of the saddlebags of The Undertaker, my favorite motorcycle I'd ever owned. So, again, I wanted to take little bitty bits and pieces of everything and start putting it together, and that's what I'm going to start, coming up with my branding. My look, my personality, just me as a whole, as far as, online on a platform like this. So I'm very excited about all that. I have some other really cool design ideas. I'm looking into maybe doing some kind of merchandise here soon. I'm very excited about that. No guarantee on that, just looking into it, but I have some really cool ideas, I think. That is very big as far as the channel overall is concerned. That's, new. But on top of that, I'm going to have him on here at some point very soon, I hope. But a friend of mine is wanting to get into motorcycles, and he is interested in, riding and filming with me, and then I'll have a partner, somebody I can also bounce ideas off of, somebody I can also have film me, I can film them, we can film each other. I'd have somebody to, have some kind of collaboration with here on the channel, and then he'll be riding with me to different places, and just I'm hoping that that's going to be a really big part of the channel going forward, and there's reasons for that also. I don't want to give everything away about that, but it has to do with somebody being a new rider. So for any new riders out there, stay tuned for that stuff. I'm really, really excited for that, and I'm really hoping that's going to progress and turn out the way that he and I had been discussing over the last several months. And we have a lot of ideas of things that we want to do together in this collaboration. So very, very exciting stuff. So, there, with the rebranding, with my friend coming in and having somebody to film with, somebody else to ride with that actually wants to be in the videos and do filming with me, some really big stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this year. I don't have a whole lot of plans of like big trips or anything yet. I'm not sure exactly how this year is going to pan out, financially, how things are going to turn out we're still in the middle of this pandemic stuff, which is affecting certain things and places and, availability of things, and it is making things difficult. So I don't know, as far as like a bigger trip that we may be able to have a chance to do. But I have some ideas for some really cool things. So I'm hoping that you'll subscribe and you'll stick around with me and you'll take these journeys and this ride with me as we continue to press forward on this YouTube motorcycle journey. And, we'll be able to share many more experiences and make some more memories together. So, with that being said, I don't want to ramble too much longer. Feel like I'm already kind of doing that. I just wanted to let you guys know the major thing was the rebranding and why. I felt that was very important. I felt that you guys really needed to hear that and to understand that. And then the other stuff, with me and my friend and, some other cool stuff that I have in the works, with the possible merchandise, that kind of thing. So just a lot of good stuff. And I just wanted you all to be aware of it. 2021 is here. The snow is finally melting, and I can hear, those bikes rumbling in that garage. The beasts have awoken, and they are ready to just tear up the streets, and I'm ready to do it right there with them. So, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. So, if you have any questions for me, any comments, leave them down in the comments below. If you have any questions for me about my rebranding, about things that I have going on going forward, just anything. You want to just share your thoughts with me? Put them in the comments. If you like this video, if you thought it was informative, and I'm hoping that this is going to want to make you want to watch everything else coming up very, very soon. I'm hoping to go back to the one video upload every single week. I'm hoping for Mondays. I think I'm shooting for that currently as I record this. Every Monday, new video will be coming out. So if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell. Become part of the Grim crew and join me as we go and tear up the streets. I am the Grim Rider. I am Big D. And until next time, we'll catch you down the road.